Hello, beautiful lovers, everyone. I'm back again. I was guided by Spirit, my higher Spirit, to do a little follow-up on what I talked about the other day, which I'm going to put up as a bit of a part two, because my higher self said to me, when you were talking about the masculine and feminine energy and the feminine's role of opening up to be supported, loved, etc., you didn't kind of continue with explaining a little bit about how these conscious divine God connections work and the love. And so basically I didn't speak a lot about the love, and I said, I thought I did mention it, and Spirit said, not really, you didn't kind of, and I said, well, most people understand what I'm talking about, and Spirit said, no, not really. There's a lot that do, but a lot need reminding, and some that are learning. So I am out here again in nature, and I thought I would just do a brief follow-on, and I'm also going to read a little part that I wrote on love and how that shows up in different loves from my book. It's just a really small excerpt that I'm going to read. But just to follow on with what I was saying in regards to then how the love between the two show up in these divine connections. What I'm being guided to say is for everyone to be reminded that those of us that are here with these very rare, deep love connections that have come to the planet at this time to help with the ascension process and bring in the New Earth love template, is to explain that this is God, divine, creator source's love in all it is, that is showing up within two people in human bodies that have come together, bringing this powerful God, love and light, the divine light that we don't see on the human plane amongst humanity. And this is why it is so rare, and why a lot of people question it, or maybe they don't, who knows, but it's something that is rare, and it's not seen that often, put it that way. And my higher spirit said, you kind of didn't explain that people need to hear that this is actually God showing up within us, divine showing up within us. As for us on this, that's part of our job, or part of our, if people don't like the label job or whatever, but it's part of our mission, our work, why we're here, to show this to others, okay? So, and to be fully in our expression of that divine love, our spiritual essence, and that's why they're such deep love connections. And because when you think of the depths of love that you have to open to receive this love, like, it's just huge. It's phenomenal. And in turn, this is why a lot of people probably do have fear around it, run around it, whatever. Like I said in the last video, I have discovered more recently that I have kind of been running from it the whole time. Not in a way I thought I was, but in other ways. And so these beautiful divine love connections, also when we're talking about opening the feminine, I'm talking about opening to receive the support from the masculine, opening to trust the masculine, opening to have them as the flag pole to their flag, like I spoke about in the last video. And if you haven't heard that, please go back and listen to that, because some of this might not make so much sense to you. So go and listen to that now. But it works the same. It continues on with the depths of the love. So, and that's one thing that I'm learning more and more each day, that that as deep as we think we've gone for our own self-love and to open to accept love, it's a deeper, again, love. So this all shows up in how you're connected to yourself. It all comes back to the connection to yourself, where you may have abandoned yourself in love, where you may have lost connection to yourself through love, where you haven't opened up to receive love from others. It could be family, friends, a lover, a divine counterpart. It's comes back to you. They're only going to reflect what is already inside you. And we know our manifestations and creations in our external world and what shows up in the physical plane around us is a manifestation and creation of what's within us. It's not possible energetically to have it any other way. So what you see showing up in your external, what is or isn't there, is a creation and manifestation of what you're doing inside, how you're feeling inside, how you're connecting to yourself inside. We say it's an inside job. We say this over and over again, but and we do all work on the inside, but in a lot of ways there's a lot that don't sort of walk the talk or walk the talk, you know what I mean? Because we say, yeah, I know that. But then we're so sometimes caught up in our divine feminine power or divine masculine power that and doing this and that, and instead of just really going within and seeing how deep we can go within our self-love and loving ourselves. The deeper we are in our self-love creates the openness to receive the deeper love from another. And so if you are in fear of receiving that deep love from your divine masculine, if you are, or anybody, if you're in fear of receiving something, thinking that whether people have other agendas or whatever it is that you fear that, and you block yourself, or you're kind of a little bit like sketchy of opening up to that, then that all comes back to you within and working through those issues within to be able to open and form and create and expand to accept a deeper love. So when people talk about, this person rejected me or this or that, it all comes back to you. Where in yourself are you not showing up for yourself fully in that love? And you've projected that for that person to do that with you, where that person can feel a block, or that person can feel you're not opening up to receive their love, where that person can feel that you're more distant, or like you've got a block, or you're just not fully expanding or open to it. And you can say you love somebody like 1,000 times, but if that's not coming from deep within your soul and your heart's not fully open to go into that deeper love, then it's just words, and it's you might feel, because everything's feeling. So I always come back to the feeling. It's not about words, mind, thoughts. It's what you're feeling. So get rid of all the narrative in your head. Get rid of what anyone's saying. Get rid of what anyone feels or thinks or opinions, and come back to what you feel. What do you feel? Get rid of even what you're thinking in your head. What do you know and feel in yourself? How do you feel it? How deeply do you feel it? Do you feel a block within that? Do you feel that you could feel deeper? Do you feel scared? Do you feel unworthy still? Are those things that you still have to work through, or go within and find that seed point that you think you may have already done and found, but, because, again, like I spoke about in the last video, there's many different ways put out there, in talking of how a divine masculine shows up and a divine feminine shows up, and then all about this beautiful, harmonious love and connection in union, and the two of them in their love and bringing God's love through, and that's all beautiful and amazing and euphoric and incredible. It is beyond. But if you can't open to that love, then you've got to go deeper. And from my experience, I've been going deeper and deeper into opening to self-love with myself, obviously self-love, duh, but and it has opened up more of the love. And this is just interesting because I was thinking of this, exactly what I've just been talking about to you in here. I was thinking of this a few days ago, and then yesterday morning, my beloved, he said to me, because we speak telepathically a lot, and he said to me, do you really feel you showed me the love? Like you could start by showing me love. And I'm like, what? Like, I showed you love? I told you so many times I love you, like when we were in relationship and in and out of it. And, and yeah, I did have fears and I was blocked. I'm not saying that. I can look back now and say, oh my gosh, some of the things I did, or not even what I did, but how I felt in myself, of how fearful and scared. And I was so extremely scared of the masculine energy. So when, he was like from my childhood. So this was a huge trigger for me to go deeper into to allowing to be so deeply loved and receiving that love and supported and protection and everything from a masculine energy in the male body. So so this is all my own personal journey I've had to work on, but when he said that to me, I kind of knew straight away that even though on the physical way that we are taught as humans from that old conditioned love template that plays out on earth here with everybody, even though I was expressing love from that template, saying I love you, and I felt my heart was opening and I was giving him that love, I realised that I actually really wasn't deeply open to not just be able to show him that love, as he said, but to also receive his love. And I said to him, well, you weren't open to receive my love either. And he said, I know. And why is that? And of course, again, because it's the reflection. And this is where one of the areas where the feminine energy does lead, because the feminine is the magnetic energy. The masculine's the electric. So the magnetic energy is the one it's that feminine energy in herself. She has to be open to receive that depth of love magnetically, and then that will open the masculine as well. That type of energy does come from the feminine first, and so it's not about, oh, here I am as a woman and a feminine and the divine feminine showing up, like, where is my partner? Where, it's about then, well, okay, I'm the magnetic energy. What am I doing? And look at the rest of my world and what I'm creating in it, because I'm magnetizing everything to me. So if I'm in a toxic relationship with somebody else, if I'm in a relationship with someone that I don't really want to be in, if I've got it in a job that I don't like, if I'm in a relationship with friends that are, friendships that are not working out for me, or I feel controlled or manipulated, or whatever it is, we all as humans, not just the feminine, we all as humans, the way energy works, are attracting into our life what we are emitting. We cannot attract an energy that we do not hold somewhere within our frequency ourselves. It's just not possible. So however anything is showing up in your world, there is some part of you that is still projecting an energy from you that is on the same frequency to receive that, whether it shows up, in unworthiness, whatever it is. So back to the feminine. It's the same thing. You're a magnetic energy, but when these deeper connections, they're on a different level, but they're very different level. So when we're talking them, if there's any part of you in your energy and what you feel, there's any part of you that is not showing up deeper, and it's like you're trying to fake it, and when I say fake it, I don't mean that because you don't because you don't feel it, or that's not truly how you feel. I mean, if you're trying to fake thinking you've gone deep enough, and I'm open to receive this, but you're not really, then that's not going to work. You cannot fake anything. You cannot bypass or spiritual bypass anything in these connections. This person you're connected to shows up to see through you, can see through you like you can them. So it's very different being in connection to somebody that you are part of, or you're the same, that can see all of that, and that in turn is the same with you and them. So this is, what I was getting from Spirit, and actually I'm getting told, my higher self is getting told to quickly tell you what happened yesterday with the birds and the window so I woke up, and the night before I went to sleep I had been guided to do another one with talking about love, and I said, okay, yeah, no problems, I'll do that. And then I woke up yesterday morning and I could hear this noise. I was sitting on the side of my bed, and I could hear this noise, flutter, 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 and it was getting louder and louder and louder, and I knew it was a bird, but I wasn't paying attention, and I was doing something else, and then flutter, flutter, flutter. So after about 5 minutes of this incredible loud fluttering, I turned around, directed straight outside my bedroom window, and there was a palm tree, and there was these two birds, two doves, mating on the branch, and they were going at it, and let me tell you, they'd been going at it for about 5 minutes, very loud. Anyway, and they were still going at it, and I'm like, wow, this is the second time in 2 days I've had these two doves show up in front of my eyes, mating and going at it. And it's the first, I'd had it happen 2 days before in the backyard and by the pool, and I just, it's the first time ever in my life I've seen birds before my eyes like that close mating. So here they are again on the branch in the palm tree going at it, and I'm like, wow, okay, that's really interesting, and everything for me shows up as a sign, I think, wow, that's crazy. And when I say crazy, I don't mean crazy like humans deem crazy. Crazy is miracle, magnificent, amazing, because crazy is out of the ordinary of what the human programming is, right? So when it's crazy, it's amazing, it's good, it's fantastic, when I see things like that and I say it's crazy, it's crazy because the universe is talking to me, the cosmos, the higher beings, my higher self, like who I am a part of, my angelic race, everyone is showing me and talking to me, and that's how I live my life daily, right? I'm more connected to that than I am connected to the human earthly realm. So and that doesn't mean I'm not grounded in this realm. I'm day-to-day life, but I choose not to live in the matrix. And so I might be, sort of here, but I choose not to be a part of that. And so to me, I look at it and go, wow, that's awesome. That's crazy shit, that's amazing. And then, and the same time that it was so, Spirit said, and you remember what happened like when you woke up this morning and fell back to sleep in that dream. It wasn't really a dream. It was when when you start to fall back to sleep and something jolts you out of it. And what happened is my beautiful beloved's surname, which I never really see that much, see his first name everywhere, but I never really see his surname. And it came at me as I was sort of just drifting off to sleep. And his surname was there, and it was like boom, 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 coming closer to me, boom, 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 really fast. And this male voice saying his name really loud, and it was that loud, it just really jolted me out of going back to sleep. And I'm like, wow, okay, that was quite random, but everything has a purpose, right? And so I'd seen that in the morning, and then I got up and did my breathing and everything, and then and then the birds. And then as I went out and I came back into the room to get dressed, and I took my top off and I was standing in front of the window kind of getting dressed, and I was naked. And they'd moved by then to just off the branch, but somewhere else where I could see. And one of them just flew straight at the window. My higher self said, "Look up," and I saw him just as he reached the window and smashed into the window, and with this huge thud, and I'm like, oh my God. And then he just flew away and back up to the end of the patio where he was mating with his mate, and just went back to mating with his mate, and sort of sitting together and mucking around, and it was like he didn't even get stunned, he didn't fall to the ground. It was just bang, and as if to say, I see you, okay, I see you. And it was quite bizarre, and I'm like, whoa, okay. And then there was a few other synchronicities, but then Spirit said to me, my higher self said to me, don't forget, you've got to do that, follow on from that video and talk about the actual true divine nature of the love of these divine connections and how that shows up. So that's what I did. And oh gosh, I'm on to 21 minutes now, but I did want to read just a little part, which I'm going to. Excuse me, walking back to get my book. So I'm just going to read this part now. This is the section in my book that I have entitled Love, and I'm just going to read a little bit and then we'll finish this video. So just might move away a little bit from the music so you can hear me. Let me share a deeper understanding about love, because after all, this chapter is about greater love. So this is the chapter in my book. We look at love many different ways, which makes sense because there are many different kinds of love. Some have had greater love experiences than others, and therefore can attest to these incredible, powerful kinds of love beyond all else. Some are yet to experience these incredible loves, and believe it or not, there are some people that don't believe in soulmates or the one at all. Maybe these people have had an experience of searching their whole life to have yet found their one, and so this has led them to believe that soulmates don't exist. Perhaps that's okay, because maybe not everyone is here to feel a deeper love in this lifetime. They may be here this time for a different experience. Some may have encountered a traumatic experience with love, leaving them broken-hearted, forcing them to have shut down their heart. When we shut down our heart, it usually results in being unable to find our soulmate, because if you are not opening your heart, it's rare you will attract them into your life. A closed heart will not attract a deeper love. There are different types of love on earth. Why? Because as humans we have created conditional love attached with conditions. Very few of us live from unconditional love. So the experience we outwardly create for ourselves will be one of conditioned love. The love I felt my entire life was unconditional euphoric love, with a feeling of complete sacredness. So I knew this love existed, the love that people dream of. I had no idea how or when I would ever find this true love, but I knew it was out there, and in some way it would find me. I used to dream, and in those dreams I was shown and told that this love would come to me. In whatever form that was, I had no idea, but it would come. I always believed in love, not just the earthly conditioned love we were taught, but a complete and utter, all-encompassing, consuming, incredible love. A love so powerful that it feels like time stands still. A love so special and rare. A love that stands as all there is. A love where nothing else matters. Where everything in life is second to this love, and creating from this love is magical. Magical beyond all human awareness, interference, and distractions. Because a love like this is infinite, and the power of that love means that nothing can stand in the way. This was the love I was shown. This was the love I knew to be. I guess consequently it was much easier for me to know of this love, as it was the love my energy friend brought with him. It was unconditional and pure, a love not experienced often in this world. In fact, I'd only ever heard this love being referred or spoken about with people that had near-death experiences. They had passed over from some kind of accident or health situation only to come back to life in their physical body. Through their experiences, they explain the love relating to nothing like we see or feel on earth, a love that which is weightless, unconditional, pure high energy, no fear-based limitations or attachments. After speaking of this extraordinary love and their profound experiences, most usually step onto a more spiritual path. Well, this is what our love felt like. I didn't need to die and go to heaven or have a near-death experience to feel it. I felt it in my friend, the energy walking with me through life, and one day the universe would bless me with this love in my physical world. I had no doubt. I'm just going to end that there. That is just a small, very small part from a chapter in my book called Flying Without Wings by me, Kelly Lee. And just on the same page further on, I have a quote which I'm just going to say by Albert Einstein. And it is, the more wisdom you attain and the more conscious you become, the crazier you will appear to others. And then I wrote, crazy or gifted, they are one and the same. And that is very true as well. So I just wanted to share that with you and just take that in and digest that. I think that's where I'm going to leave it. I think there was something else I was going to say, but I think that's enough. And this is the love, like I was saying. This is the divine love, and I'm just going to finish it off by saying that how you show up in yourself with the love to yourself and connected to yourself is how you will be able to, the depth of how you'll be able to open and expand to receive an all-encompassing divine love. That's what it takes to go deeper in yourself. And everything, remember, in life is a reflection of your connection to yourself. So maybe just ask yourself how you're showing up to receive love, how you're showing up in connection. Don't worry about how anyone else is doing it, it's how you're doing it, and because you are the reflection also and the mirror to your divine beloved. I'm going to leave it there. I love you all, and I'm not sure when I'll be back with another one, but take care and have a great day or night if you're listening to this. And I'll much love to you all. Love you, and I'll talk to you soon, gorgeous ones. Peace out and take care. And no, there's just one thing I want to say on the end. You're saying, here she goes again. There's a song. I hope I can remember the lyrics. There's a Pat Benatar song, and it's called, it's from the 80s, and it's an amazing song, and it's called All Fired Up. And there's some lyrics in it that say, I believe there comes a time when everything just falls in line. We live and learn from our mistakes. The deepest cuts are healed by faith. Powerful words. It's a great song. If you haven't heard it, go check it out. And those that are listening to this that know the song go, yeah, I love that song. Go check it out anyway. Go and listen to it. Very powerful and very true words. So just have that faith in yourself and know and know what you feel is unique, and know that you are the only one, that, it's not about what anyone else says or what anything else happens out externally. It's what you know. You know this. You don't need someone to validate it. You know this. Okay, love you. Bye.